Hi, this is Erin, and this is my very first sort of makeup tutorial that I am doing on YouTube. I know that there's like a million people doing beauty videos on YouTube, but I really wanted to do some that were really geared more towards moms and even working moms. There are lots of girls doing videos in the 30 and under crowd, but now that I'm officially in the 30 and up crowd, I thought it would be fun to try to do some videos to help some of us who are a little further along in age but still want to look good. And particularly moms. I think moms generally tend to put makeup and beauty products and washing our hair in general just kind of on the back burner. And I mean, you know, it's important to take care of your kids, but it's important to take care of yourself as well. I think that if you're happy with yourself and not just your appearance, but the inside as well, I think that reflects in the way that you are, your attitude around your kids and just your attitude with your husband. I think if you feel more beautiful, that you'll be a little more receptive to all of the compliments that your husband gives you. I know that that's what I struggle with the most. And so anyway, that is my hope for this channel, and maybe it'll be awesome and maybe it will suck. So anyway, I hope you enjoy my first video, and if you want to see my foundation routine for flawless, poreless skin, keep watching. Thanks. Okay everyone, I have no makeup on my face except for my eye makeup. I would say my skin type is really dependent on the season. In the winter, my skin got really dry. I live in a much drier climate than I used to. I used to live in Florida, and now I am in Arkansas, and I really didn't think it would be that big of a difference, but apparently it is. But now that summertime is coming, I am noticing that my skin is getting a little more oily, which is kind of nice because my skin is starting to age a little bit, and honestly, a little bit oily is a little bit better to keep the wrinklies at bay. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started by putting on a face primer, and I'm using this one by BH Cosmetics, and it's very similar to a Smashbox primer, you know, the original one. And instead of just smoothing this over my face, I actually pat it into the areas of my skin where I feel like my pores are getting larger. And I find that the patting it in seems to help as opposed to just, you know, smoothing it everywhere for my type of skin. So if you have large pores, maybe give that a shot and see if it helps. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. So anyway, then I'm going to take the Urban Decay All-Nighter Makeup Setting Spray and just spray that over my face. I only do this once in the beginning. I don't do it at the end. For some reason, I feel like when I put it on at the end, it makes my skin look funny, but that is just my skin. And anyway, I start going with my foundation, and I'm using the L'Oreal True Match, and my color is Creamy Natural C3. So give that a little shake, and I'll be applying this using a beauty blender. And the only thing I don't like about the True Match is that I feel like it really stains my beauty blender. I did clean this. I just have to work really hard to get all the makeup stains out of it. So anyway, I'm just going to dot this on my face. If you've ever used a True Match, you know it's a slightly runny foundation, and it's not the easiest to just dab on the back of your hand, which is what I prefer to do when I'm putting on my foundation. And just dotting that over my face in no particular manner. And then going in and blending it in with the Beauty Blender. I know these Beauty Blender things are a little pricey, and I think that turns off a lot of people. I know it turned me off. I'm like, a $20 sponge, are you serious? But especially as someone with very large pores in certain areas, I have found this to be really helpful for that. So I think it's worth the money in that aspect. And I mean, really, it's no more expensive than, you know, a decent foundation brush, in my humble opinion. So get that all nice and blended in. And then I'm going to be using a concealer, and I'm using the Rimmell Match Perfection concealer. It is a 2-in-1 concealer and highlighter, And I do really, really like this. I just do not like the applicator brush. As you can see, it's like a little brush, and you have to squeeze to get it out. And it's a little messy, as you can see from my thing here. It's a little messy. So it's not just because I'm a complete slob, or it might be that. Anyway, I just pat it underneath my eyes. I prefer to use my fingers to actually blend the concealer in. And I even bring it down my nose a little bit. And then I'll finish blending the rest with my Beauty Blender. It just really helps get in the corner of your eyes and that sort of thing, which I like. And then doing the other eye. This is a really decent coverage concealer. I gave the Benefit Fake Up a shot because I was really curious about the moisturizing ring on it, and I just found that concealer to be very lacking in the coverage department. That was my complaint on it, so I'll be honest, I returned it. I just wasn't impressed. So anyway, concealer on, and then moving on to powder. And I'm using Lorac's POREfection Baked Perfecting Powder, and I absolutely love this stuff. I've just recently started using it. My mom actually gave this to me. She was using it, well, my sister was using it, and it broke her out. My sister has incredibly sensitive skin, and so my mom tried it, and she liked it, but it has like acne fighting ingredients and stuff, and my mom just really doesn't need that. So anyway, she gave it to me to try, and I absolutely love it. And I can't find my applicator. One moment. Okay, I could not find my powder brush for a full 3 minutes. Sorry. Anyway, I'm just using this small kabuki brush that I have. This is probably my favorite brush to apply powder with. And it's nice for traveling as well. So I'm just sort of pressing the powder in to my face in this such manner. And again, if you have large pores, I know that the Lorac brand, you know, it's a high-end brand, so it's a little more expensive. But if you have large pores, I definitely recommend this. It keeps you looking pretty much pore-free the entire day. And if I start to get oily, I use an oil blotting sheet usually, but even if I have to put on another layer of powder, it doesn't get cakey, and that can be really bad for big pores. If you have big pores, you know exactly what I mean. So I definitely recommend this. I believe it is $33, but I definitely believe that's worth it. Another one that I really like using is the Rimmell Stay Matte, and this one is really nice too. It's definitely doesn't settle into my pores. I use the transparent one, and so if you're looking for a good drugstore option, this one is really nice too. So anyway, I'm just going to go in and do a slight bit of contouring with my, you can't even see what it is anymore, it's a Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in Ticket to Brazil, and I like this bronzer. It's going to take me 10 years to get through it, but I really like it. And I'm not doing a huge amount of contouring. You really like that face, I know. And I do go up into my cheekbone a little bit during the summer when I'm contouring to give me more of a glowy. That might be a little bit darker than I meant it for it to be, but oh well. Just to warm up my face a little bit. Since I do wear a lot of SPF on my face, especially during the summer, I do find sometimes that my face is a little paler than the rest of my body, so bronzer helps warm it up a bit. And I was just using my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush to put my contour in. I used to use it as a foundation brush before I, found my Beauty Blender, but I actually kind of like it for a contour brush. And I cannot find my blush brush at the moment. Brushes are just running away like mad. So I'm going to use, again, this little brush just to quickly dab on my blush, which is a NYX blush in the color Rose Garden. And this is a really, really pretty color. Okay. Blend it a little bit since I had to use that pointier brush. Anyway, so that is pretty much it for my foundation routine. As you can see, I don't know if you can see super up close. Obviously you cannot see my pores, but this routine definitely helps, is the one that has helped me the most so far. And I have done lots of different foundation and powder combinations and with and without primer and blah, blah, blah. But this is the one that seems to help me stay pretty much poreless almost the entire day. And when I put on my makeup, I'm usually putting on my makeup at like 7:30 in the morning. So I'm, you know, not taking it off until 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. So I would say that's pretty long lasting.